You are not going to believe the information I'm bringing you today in this video, and I am livid. I don't want to do this video, but I have a responsibility to share this with you. You've got to know this information. Stay tuned and listen to every single word all the way to the end of this video. You're going to want to hear everything I have to say if you love South Carolina and freedom. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video on the Health Zar Bill S-915 in the State House of South Carolina. It was an incredible update because it didn't come back up. So we were thrilled, and we had a feeling it might come back up at some point, but we were hoping it would disappear. What we are finding out is the governor is still pushing this here in South Carolina. S-915, known as the Health Zar Bill. They're saying it's the health care bill. It's not. It is a horrible, horrible bill. This bill is so poorly written. It's over 200 pages. A lot of people say, well, the legislators and the senators aren't even reading it. But here's what I challenge them to do, and that is read the first page. The very first page of it is mind-blowing. It is so poorly written, it's so poorly done, so poorly thought through that if we pass this, we are going to be under medical tyranny in the state of South Carolina. We are going to have our civil liberties stripped away from us. We are going to be in a really, really bad situation here in this state. And I would almost say, don't move to South Carolina if we pass this bill. You're going to see here on the first page, there's all sorts of, it just looks like a lot of words, but on this first page alone, it says that this one person is going to be appointed by the governor. So an appointee, not even anyone that we get to vote on, not anyone that we can vote out. This one appointed person, which by the way, in the bill, they already know who this is going to be because it says he's going to get to set health policy. So basically what you need to know is this bill is kind of already done in their minds. What we have to do as the people of South Carolina is say, absolutely not. We're not settling for this. This actually goes against our civil liberties. So this one person will be appointed. And on this first page, there is nothing on here stating anything about their criteria. They don't have to be a doctor. They don't have to have any medical training. They have to have no credentials whatsoever. And yet, in this same bill, on this same front page, they get to set health policy for the entire state so that if we have another pandemic of any sort or any sort of huge medical emergency of any kind, they can dictate health policy. A person that has no medical background, are you kidding me? This is unacceptable. Also, this person can be a lobbyist, maybe for a large pharmaceutical company. Who knows? Or maybe some other kind of lobbyist. The Freedom Caucus, who I mentioned in that first video that I did about this bill, they're actually trying to fight this. They brought up an amendment to say that allowing no lobbyists to take this appointed position. Remember, one person appointed by the governor, and they can actually be a lobbyist. So the Freedom Caucus asked for that amendment. It was voted down. Now what we have found out since that last video, there's a man in Columbia, a businessman, Bill Stern, who has some connection to this bill and some connection to this whole thing going through. He stands to profit greatly off of it with a lease with South Carolina. This is what I understand. There's another video that we'll link here that explains that. This guy stands to profit millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars from this conglomeration. What this bill also does is it's going to take all of the, like DHEC, Department of Health and Environmental Control, and all of the other health agencies of any sort. It's going to combine them all together into one group, which was actually already done by another bill last year. So that's already been taken care of. Not sure why we think we have to do it again, except that this man owns the property in which all of these people will go into, and then he'll stand to make a lot of money from that lease. This is what I'm understanding. Do the research for yourself, look it up for yourself as to where this is coming from. I'm just sharing what I have read in the bill itself and what I understand from this video. So getting back to this appointed health czar. So this person not only get to set the health policy with absolutely no credentials or anything required for this person, they're going to be appointed by the governor. They're going to be over all of these people, this whole huge conglomeration. There is no budget for this man. We know it's a man. That's who's already been appointed. And they are going to get to have like limitless amounts of money to pour into this. One of the most shocking parts of this bill that it allows this health czar to do, or the health secretary, they're trying to name it something that sounds, benign and nice. But when it comes down to it, this person is going to have more power than the governor in South Carolina, quite frankly. And this person can compel the sheriff, local law enforcement, and the South Carolina National Guard to enforce whatever health policy they put in place. That means if they want to force vaccines upon you, whether you agree with vaccines or not, if they want to force you to take a vaccine, if they want to force you to take a particular medicine or not take a particular medicine, which we saw a little bit of in 2020. Does everyone remember that? And then also if this person deems you to be too contagious or you're not abiding by the rules, they're going to quarantine citizens of South Carolina. I mean, when I say that, it absolutely sounds so ridiculous. I'm floored by this whole thing. So I'm calling all legislators and all senators in the state of South Carolina to vote no on S915. It is absolutely bizarre that we're even discussing this. It makes me disgusted that I'm having to do this video. So I beseech you, legislators, senators, listen to your constituents in South Carolina. This one person having control over all of us in a health situation, it is not okay. There's a better way to do this. Bill S915 needs to be killed. Horribly written. It is not best for the state of South Carolina, and it's not best for the citizens of our state. It's anti-American, quite frankly. So there you have it. That's the scoop for today. Take this information, share it, and please, let's get the word out. Next Wednesday, by the way, I didn't even say this. They are convening next Wednesday at the State House. The Senate convenes at 12 o'clock. The House convenes at 1 o'clock. They have to actually vote on sine die, or sine die, which is allowing an extra day for this last time when that bill was actually voted down, thank God, by the Freedom Caucus. They were able to use a procedure that got it killed, and it was gone. The governor's calling them back, and he's forcing them or encouraging them to pass this bill. And we say no as the state of South Carolina. It's not the right bill. There's a better way to do this. Take time, back up, and take a 30,000-foot view of this. Look at it and say, maybe we should present this to the people of South Carolina. Maybe they have a right as the citizens of South Carolina to know more about this bill and know more about what we want to do as the state. And maybe they should get a vote on that, or maybe have a part in what that should be. So that's my challenge for us today. Everyone speak out, call your representatives, call your senators here in South Carolina if you live in South Carolina. If you want to move here to South Carolina, I would almost say stay really close to this. Make sure this doesn't happen, because if this bill is passed, I would tell you, I don't know that I'd tell you to move to South Carolina. I'm praying that that is not the case at all for a lot of reasons. We're an incredible state overall. I love it. This is home. I want to protect your freedom, your liberty, and all of us in South Carolina. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And please share this video with anyone you know that lives in South Carolina. Next Wednesday, June 26th is when they're convening. We want to get this word out before then. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.